Good evening, I'm Matt Woodman. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, searching for a shooter. Police looking for the person who targeted the wrong house with a gun. Prairie packed. Alberta and Saskatchewan agree to lobby the feds on shared priorities. And their run is done. How Oilers fans and players are feeling after losing in the Stanley Cup final.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
For the second year in a row, the Edmonton Oilers have fallen short in the Stanley Cup final, losing both times to the Florida Panthers. As CTV's Nara Manisa reports, fans and players are left wondering what happened as a dominant playoff run ends in demise.
The Florida Panthers win their second consecutive Stanley Cup.
For the second straight year, the Edmonton Oilers watched the Florida Panthers celebrate a Stanley Cup win.
You know, we kept trying the same thing over and over again, just banging our heads against the walls.
The team seeing no silver lining to being second best.
The takeaway is that we didn't win. Nobody cares. Like, nobody cares. We didn't win, so yeah, could try again next year.
Yeah, it sucks. It's painful. It's not fun, and not obviously what we wanted, so.
It's also not what Oilers fans wanted.
I'm feeling a little bit dejected. That was not the way it was supposed to go.
I had higher hopes this year. I really thought they were going to pull it off.
This Oilers fan flew to Florida for all three road games. Watching the Oilers lose in person was tough.
I haven't lost my hope and belief, but I just feel sad and devastated that I just needed that one moment that would have just catapulted our team.
The Oilers faced a strong Panthers team.
They're a really good team. I said it many times already. Very deserving. I don't know what else to tell you. They were really good.
This was a thoroughly good team, top to bottom.
Florida was in the driver's seat for the majority of the series. Across the 6 games, the Oilers had the lead for less than 34 minutes.
If there's any solace, that is a safe thing to say, is that the Panthers were the best team in the NHL. They were built for the Stanley Cup.
The Oilers once again head into the offseason as runner-ups, a hard pill to swallow.
It hurts right now, and I don't think it's going to let up for a while.
Another cup loss, leaving fans and the team heartbroken. Nara Manisa, CTV News, Edmonton.
The Alberta and Saskatchewan governments have come together to call on the Prime Minister to change federal policies around oil and gas. CTV's Evan Kenny joins us live in studio this evening. So, Evan, Premiers Danielle Smith and Scott Moe met today on common ground. Where did they meet and what did they discuss?
Matt, the caucuses of both governments met in Lloydminster, a city that straddles the Alberta-Saskatchewan border. The premiers say they discussed their commonalities and how they can work together in an energy and agricultural sectors. Now, they are re-upping their call to Mark Carney to change policies around the oil and gas sector, including eliminating the emissions cap, scrapping clean electricity regulations, and lifting the oil tanker ban off the West Coast. The premiers presented a united front, saying this is an opportunity to speak to Ottawa with one voice.
The national self-sabotage that has happened over the last 10 years has to end. That's what I mean by enough is enough. We cannot keep on fighting against these kinds of nation-building projects, these revenue-generating projects.
They say the federal government must remove barriers so the private sector has confidence to invest. Earlier this month, Carney said the feds are ready to fast-track major projects to make Canada an energy superpower. Scott Moe acknowledged Carney has made strong statements, but says now those statements need to turn into action. Matt?
All right, CTV's Evan Kenny live in studio tonight. Thank you. Oil experts predict prices at the pump will rise as the conflict in the Middle East escalates. Gas Buddy says prices in Edmonton are up on average about a penny a litre from a week ago to about $1.25. Stations we visited around the city today were sitting at about $1.16 a litre for regular fuel. Gas Buddy says it's possible prices could go up anywhere from 5 to 15 cents a litre over the next week or two, depending on how things unfold in Israel and Iran.
It could come in various forms. It could be a couple of cents a liter. on 2 or 3 different occasions. It could come, depending on your station, it could come as a 5 to 10 cent all at once approach. The pace is going to vary depending on where you go. So there may be an opportunity to fill your tank up at a lower price.
The province says it recognizes external factors like geopolitical tensions can affect the price of oil. Alberta's 2025 budget revenue forecast is based on oil at $68 a barrel. It's currently at $72 US a barrel. Police have released video of what they call a brazen shooting at a southeast Edmonton townhouse complex. It happened earlier this year. Now investigators hope the video will generate tips from the public that will lead them to the shooter. CTV's Amanda Anderson reports.
Video supplied by Edmonton Police shows a person walk up to a townhouse and open fire. It happened on January 16th, just before 8 in the evening. Police say several shots were also fired outside of the camera's view. People who live in the townhouse complex where it happened say they thought it was fireworks.
It sounded like fireworks. I'm like, that's not fireworks. Because it goes pop, pop.
This man, we're identifying only as Dre, says he saw at least 2 people right after the shots were fired and a white vehicle speed away.
And they both took off north, and the car stopped down the alleyway. Like 5 minutes later, it was like full of cops.
It's scary.
Roxanne Seals also lives in the complex and was home when it happened.
I was upstairs and my boyfriend was out here walking the dog, and he had just came in the car and he heard pow, 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 pow.
Police say the shooter arrived in a white hatchback-style vehicle. Through evidence gathered since, it's also believed the unit shot at was targeted.
The unfortunate part with this investigation is our suspect end up targeting the wrong residence.
That's very terrible because anybody could have got hurt. That's terrible, right?
Police say no one was home at the time.
So we didn't have any injuries, but you can see if there was occupants in that residence, there is a potential for a terrible outcome to come out of this.
It's been 5 months since the shooting happened. Still, Staff Sergeant Eric Stewart is hopeful the video's release will prompt someone to come forward with tips about the shooter, car, or other potential suspects.
And we don't want them walking around our city and saying it's okay and they can get away with firing, rounds and being, to commit these brazen shootings in our community. We want to make sure we can hold these people accountable.
Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
A man killed on the side of the White Mud yesterday afternoon is being remembered as a doting stepdad. Police say a semi hit the 39-year-old after he exited a van on the shoulder of the White Mud near 111th Street. He died there. A 4-year-old girl inside the van was not hurt. She was taken to hospital, though, as a precaution. Family says the man was the girl's stepfather. Police initially said the person hit was a woman and the child was a boy. The EPS Major Collisions Unit is investigating the crash. The Alberta Motor Association says there's at least one potential fatal near miss at a West End intersection every day. 3 Alberta intersections, including this one at 87th Avenue and 149th Street, were highlighted. Most of the near misses involve right and left turning cars and trucks. AMA says safety can be improved by introducing measures like dedicated right and left turn lanes and walk signals that start before vehicle green lights. The study looked at 20 different intersections across the country.
What we wanted to do is look at these intersections, take a cross-section of them from across the country, but then also look at some of the improvements that can be made so that municipalities can look at this study, look at their own intersections and say, what is the problem here?
The intersections were monitored over a 7-month period. AI was used to detect near misses and calculate the level of risk based on vehicle speed and trajectory. Well, Josh, speaking of near misses, there was some near misses weather-wise today, depending on where you were in the city with that thunderstorm watch you've been keeping an eye on.
And some big hits. Had some people in parts of North Edmonton who were saying it was a good old window-rattling, roof-shaking thunderstorm in parts of the north. And then in the southwest corner of the city in the last hour or so, we've had some thunderstorms. You see, it's been pretty widespread across much of central and northwestern Alberta. If we zoom in on Edmonton, we're in a bit of a dry spot right now. These are all going to miss the city. We'll see what happens with this stuff off to the west and northwest of the Edmonton area, but nothing imminent. There's a decent chance, though, before tonight's done that we'll see one more shower or thunderstorm at least roll through the area. You got some severe thunderstorm warnings for the areas in red. Again, the area in yellow, which includes the city of Edmonton, just means the potential for some severe thunderstorms to move into the area where you have the red zones and the warnings. Well, there's storms already there. There's one active storm here north of Grand Prairie that's possibly producing some sizable hail. And you've got this one here between Whitecourt and Sangudo areas. That as well could potentially produce some nickel-sized hail as well as some really heavy downpours. 21 degrees in Edmonton after hitting 23 for a daytime high earlier in the day today. You got 19 south the city and a little windier as you're on the edge of some showers and thunderstorms just off to the south of the city. So good chance of a shower or thunderstorm mid-evening in the Edmonton area, and then some rain developing overnight and into tomorrow morning. In fact, that looks like it could be pretty significant and steady rain tomorrow, maybe 10 to 20 millimeters, which should taper off tomorrow afternoon at some point. We'll get to about 17, so a little cooler than today, and then to bounce back right around 20 for Friday. Full look at your 5 and 10-day forecast in a couple minutes.
All right, Josh, thank you. Coming up next on CTV News, Trump's tastes, what it's like cooking for the U.S. president at the G7 summit.
The gentleman walks up and says, "Are you tasting those right now? I want a rib." And you look over, and it's the Secret Service.
Programming brought to you by Basement Systems Edmonton. Contact us today for all things basement-y. By James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
A 57-year-old man is dead after a crash at a construction site in the West Edmonton neighborhood of Edgemont. It happened yesterday afternoon. Police say a man was working on a sidewalk project with a skid steer loader when he reversed into another man on the job site. The 57-year-old man died there. Police and Alberta Occupational Health and Safety are investigating. A food processing company has pleaded guilty to a workplace safety charge after a worker in Edmonton became trapped in a smokehouse and died. In March of 2023, a plant supervisor at Safina Foods was checking the temperature in a smokehouse. The 33-year-old man became trapped inside and later died of heat exposure. The Ontario company was originally charged with 26 offenses under Alberta Occupational Health and Safety legislation. After the guilty plea, the Crown has asked for the other 25 charges to be withdrawn. A judge still has to rule on a sentence. Edmonton Fire believes a lightning strike may be to blame for an apartment fire in the North End. Edmonton Fire says the chief was on his way to another call during the afternoon thunderstorms when he saw smoke coming from the building on 144th Avenue and 82nd Street. Crews found the fire in a foyer. Everyone had to be evacuated. The fire captain says fires in old apartment buildings like these can be stubborn, especially when they have wood chip insulation.
The water doesn't permeate through the wood chips very well. Just lots of ceiling had to get pulled down, but we did manage to get it stopped, and no fire spread really into the suites.
Despite the flames not spreading, there is water damage, meaning some people will not be able to return home. Edmonton Fire says a fire at a strip mall last week caused about $350,000 in damage. It broke out in a building near 150th Street and Stony Plain Road last Monday. Investigators say the fire started inside one of the businesses housed in that building. The building houses the capital's second-hand pawn and antique shop and Rig Global Church. The cause is still under investigation. The County of Grand Prairie has downgraded its fire ban to a fire restriction. The county says the overall wildfire risk has been reduced thanks to cooler temperatures and recent rainfall. Under the fire restriction, wood campfires on public land are still banned. Wood campfires inside approved fire pits in provincial campgrounds and on private property are allowed. The towns of Beaver Lodge, Sexsmith, and Wembley are all included under the fire restriction. As the G7 summit in Kananaskis wraps up, some of the Albertans who serve the world leaders say it was a surreal experience. Graham Sherman and his son Hugh of Tool Shed Brewing and Barbecue were asked to cook for some of the international guests. Sherman says he can't be certain if the U.S. president ate his barbecue, but he claims Donald Trump loved having a shrimp cocktail, ice cream, and spaghetti and meatballs on hand. He says the Secret Service kept a close eye on the chefs.
At 4 o'clock in the morning, when I'm just about ready, with the barbecue, and I'm testing 2 different portions of ribs against each other to see which are the best for this event, and the gentleman walks up and says, "Are you tasting those right now? I want a rib." And you look over, and it's the Secret Service. It's just, you just say that's fake. There's no way that's real.
All G7 airspace restrictions are now lifted, and the controlled access zone around Kananaskis Village ends tonight. Well, a mixed bag of tricks weather-wise, depending on where you were in the city. Beautiful and sunny in some areas, and other parts got rocked by thunderstorms. Josh has all the details and your full forecast next.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Alberta Health Services has found blue-green algae at another lake in the Edmonton area. The bacteria has been found in a Stoughton lake at Elk Island. Alberta Health Services says people should stay away from the blooms and rinse off immediately if they come into contact with any of it. Boiling the water will not make it safe to drink, and the water is also toxic to your pets. Blooms look like fuzz or globs on the surface of the water, and they could be a variety of colors, not just blue and green. Blue skies out there today, Josh. For some of us, anyway. Some darker skies, I'd imagine. It was nice and sunny here in the West End, but it really depended.
Yeah, it really was a matter of where exactly you were in the city today. Some people going, "What do you mean there's thunderstorms?" There was no thunderstorms.
That's what I thought.
It came down pretty good in parts of the city, though, and that will probably be the case once again before the night is done. There's the Action Furnace River Valley Skycam. Action Furnace done right, fixed right, or it's free. 21 degrees in Edmonton right now under mostly cloudy skies. 22 to the south in Red Deer as well as Cold Lake, and then 20s in Grand Prairie and Fort McMurray. Your daytime high today, 23 degrees, 2 degrees warmer than average. Started the day at 11 degrees. And as Matt was saying, for most of the city, it was a nice sunny start to the day, and then all of a sudden things started to get a little active around lunchtime in parts of the city and through this afternoon. It has been, for much of central and northwestern Alberta, a day under a severe thunderstorm watch with occasionally some severe thunderstorm warnings. Looks like that one up around Grand Prairie has just been ended as these storms starting to weaken a little bit. This one's still going pretty good, just off to the northwest of Sangudo, and it is moving to the south, that one, possibly producing some sizable hail. These ones are moving north, so despite the fact the warning is done, it's going to get a little noisy in Grand Prairie if it isn't already, and you've got some lightning moving into the area. Showers and thunderstorms off to the south and southeast of the city. All of this stuff is going to move off further to the east, southeast. It looks like it's weakening a little bit. Lots of lightning coming off of this cluster of storms. If we get rid of the lightning, you get to see that core right there. That's the one that potentially has some hail associated with it, and it's moving in a little different direction. This one's kind of diving off to the south, southeast. The rest of these kind of moving in from the west. So they're not on a direct collision course with Edmonton just yet, but they will eventually start to move a little closer to our area. That right there, a little gust front coming off a storm that was in the southwest corner of the city. I don't think that's really going to impact us. And then that stuff south of the city, west of the Camaros area, that's probably going to stay south of Edmonton. That said, there will be some scattered showers and thunderstorms between now and about 9 p.m. tonight, at least in the area, if not right over your backyard. Overnight tonight starts to get a little more organized with this area of low pressure, this trough that sits right on top of us. And so through tomorrow morning, you've got some steady rain right along Highway 16, and that includes the Edmonton area. Should start to taper off at some point tomorrow afternoon. Whether it's early afternoon or late afternoon remains to be seen. But I think, as you can see through the evening hours, I think it's going to be dry for the Elks home opener tomorrow night. 7 degrees in Fort McMurray, 11 in Grand Prairie, 10 for Red Deer tomorrow morning. We'll drop to about 12 here in the city. Low 20s across northeastern Alberta, mid to high teens with that better chance of some rain and thunderstorms in the northwest. 18 for Red Deer, and here in Edmonton, well, we'll see temperatures around 16, 17 degrees through this evening. Chance of a shower or thunderstorm early to mid-evening, and then overnight tonight. Showers, maybe a few embedded thunderstorms turning to steadier rain through at least the first half of the day, and that could be anywhere between 10 and 20 millimeters worth of rain. 20 for the summer solstice on Friday, partly cloudy for most of the day. You get into the evening hours on Friday, there's a chance of a shower or thunderstorm. A little breezy for Saturday and a cool down for the weekend. Daytime highs in the 17 or 18 range. Looks like next week should warm up nicely, though, back into the low to mid-20s starting Tuesday, Wednesday.
All right, Josh, thank you. A new exhibit aims to bring the history and cultural heritage of Alberta's Prairie Plains to life. The new Buffalo Hunt exhibit opened at Head Smashed In Buffalo Jump near Fort Macleod. It showcases the traditional hunting methods of the Blackfoot people. The province says it reflects Alberta's continued commitment to reconciliation and cultural revitalization.
The new Buffalo Hunt exhibit is a vibrant expression of Indigenous wisdom and identity, created with guidance of elders, communities, and valued partners to bring history to life in authentic and immersive ways.
The exhibit was made through a partnership between Piikani Nation, the Canadian Museum of History, and the Alberta government. When we return on CTV News, Community Connections. All the playoff positives despite coming up short in the Cup final.
Coming down here has just been like being like you're.
Programming brought to you by K-Days. The 10 best days of summer are back.
It's an understatement to say that last night's Stanley Cup final may not have ended the way many in Edmonton hoped it would. Despite that finish, many fans are looking on the bright side today, remembering the way the playoffs moved them and the city. CTV's Connor Hogg has more.
Obviously, we're disappointed with the result. It's not what we wanted, but I'm proud of this team.
One day after the Oilers came up short in the Stanley Cup final, the Moss Pit is getting its now customary cleanse post-playoffs. The mood here is reflective, somber, but not sad.
The team did great. They hammered hard and tried to put it away, but we did our best effort, and hopefully next year we can take it.
They got somewhere, and that's good, but then they kind of lost it, but it's okay. We all lose some to win some.
Seeing the new generation with the little kids with the McDavid jerseys on, we're all on the same team here looking for the same outcome.
Inside Ice District's Oilers store, merchandise is still moving despite last night's result.
What exactly are you picking up today?
Well, it's an Oilers Margaritaville hoodie.
Nice,
yes, yes, two of my favorite things in the world.
Fans remembering the connections they made.
To see the number of people that were down here for every game, we home and away, it's inspiring to see that many people coming out.
Forget those daily conflicts for a while. We're all pulling for the team. We're all pulling in the same direction.
Many say the mood the playoffs made shouldn't be discounted just because of how it ended or the consequences of a lost mayoral bet.
I would have to unfortunately wear Panthers jersey once again.
Do you at the very least just get to take the old one out of storage?
Oh well, we put the old one into the museum yesterday, right?
So there'll be two there.
Yeah.
Looking back, while the Oilers didn't make it all the way, people we spoke to say the playoffs have brought people together.
Like coming down here has just been like being like you're part of a family. Like these guys behind me, everyone, like you high five everyone, just jumping when we score. It's just amazing every time you come down here.
Leaving Edmontonians a little closer than they were before. Connor Hogg, CTV News, Edmonton.
And that's our show for this Wednesday evening. Thanks for watching. I'm Matt Woodman. I'll be back here tomorrow night, same time, same place. I hope you are too. CTV National News is next.